Hey guys, it's Hey Gamer back in another video. Sorry for the delay. I'm waiting for the timer. So hopefully you guys are having a good day. And today we're going to be reacting to reacting to scary animations and by Wantsy Entertainment. So if you have not, go subscribe to them. Hopefully I don't get copyright claimed hopefully I don't get copyright claimed because I'm pretty sure a lot of my videos got A-type. Actually, never mind. I don't think so. Anyways, I hope you guys will enjoy this video. Alright, let's just get this started. 3, 2, 1, go. A mysterious man is standing outside and trying to enter my house.
My name is Pascal. I'm 22 years old now, but this event happened 3 years ago when I was 19. It happened in the middle of the night when my parents were away for an important company meeting. The company was kind of far away from where we lived, so I stayed home by myself while they were gone. One time, while I was at home alone, I looked out the window randomly and froze.
What?
There was a tall man, almost dressed entirely in black.
That looks like it sucks. Sorry for the whole media.
This guy was standing right outside of the door, looking at
me. Hell no.
He wasn't laughing at all, and his head was twitching continuously.
No.
Sir, please get off our property. Otherwise, I'll call the police. I opened the window and told him. Then the man replied, "Oh, you can do that if you want, as long as you don't look away."
Oh.
Because of this
he's telling I
felt anxious.
I'd be like, okay, bet, and I would look at him while the whole trying to grab my phone, and he's gone. Yep.
He was gone. At that very moment, I heard footsteps coming.
He told you not to look away. Also, you should just keep your eye generally on him if he's. Your natural instinct would be to keep his eye on him, which you should. But you also should be cautious and be ready for him to charge.
I got my bat and looked down the stairs slowly, trying not to make a sound.
There he is. Yep.
He was.
Sure enough, looked away.
He didn't move, but said, "I told you not to look away."
But you did anyway.
Moments later, we heard sirens.
Don't know why.
The man still did not move. But then he suddenly changed his mind and walked over to me. I tried to swing my bat towards him, but I was so scared. I couldn't do anything except scream. The police broke down the door. One policeman tried to arrest him, and the other one tried to take the knife away from him. But the man resisted. He was strong. Even though he was outnumbered, they couldn't stop him.
Whoa.
They threatened to shoot him in the foot, but he didn't care. Furthermore, he attacked the two policemen, and they tumbled down to the ground. I ran to one of the rooms and slammed the door shut, but he kicked in the door. When the door opened, I could see his face, and I will never, ever forget that
Why
moment.
didn't you still have the bat?
However, at that very moment, the police caught up to him and shot his foot. The guy started screaming in pain. Shortly after that, he managed to jump outside of a window and disappeared.
BS, you're not. That was straight in the middle. You're not walking after that. You're going to be limping. BS.
It's been chased after him, but unfortunately, they failed to arrest him. I never saw that guy again. I'm glad that I survived that incident, but I also feel nervous that he'll come to my house again. From that day on, I always made sure I locked all the doors and windows.
Ooh. That is so BS. You're not gonna get shot in the ankle and run like a marathon. You saw fast and jump out a window and not have your leg broken. The whole thing was pretty much BS, but okay, let's go with fake.
When I was a teenager, I would often explore the deep web with my friends. Specifically, weird stuff on Hidden Wiki.
God.
There were definitely a lot of links.
What is that face? I feel like that's the face that a kid would make if he saw his favorite food in front of him. But instead of grown man or woman. I don't even know what that is.
Choose from. I never clicked on the violent links because I'm not into that. My friend Latrice told me to click on one that says, "New best friend."
What?
After doing so, it takes you to a page where you have to make a profile. I put the name Lisa on my profile.
Huh?
My real name is Susan. Once I made the profile, you are direct.
Whenever they make that clear, I feel like in movies, like where they say, "Oh, I put my name as Lisa, but my real name is blah blah blah." Like when they say their real name instead of, I feel like you're expecting the person that they're talking to just know their real name. That's what you expect usually. Just
The
saying.
main page that has categories. They were silly, serious, smart, and smothering. We clicked smothering. I thought it was funny. After choosing, there was a list of people with their pictures, male and female. I clicked on the profile of a guy that had the name 5, like the number 5. I entered, and it didn't seem like someone who would be a smothering friend. When I was searching through his profile, I received a message from him asking if I were looking for a friend. I looked at Latrice, and she laughed, but also told me to respond yes.
Ooh.
So we're messaging back and forth for maybe 30 minutes, and then Latrice had to go. I told him I'll be back on tomorrow, and he said okay. Maybe a week went by where I would talk to him every night.
All right.
He seemed very nice, so we exchanged numbers so we could talk more. Everything seemed fine until I clicked on another profile, and someone else messaged me. I started talking with this other person, but still was texting the guy 5, which I knew his real name now as William. The new guy had the name Bill on his profile.
Bill. You know, whenever I hear the name Bill, for some reason I think of Gravity Falls. I don't know why. Probably because I don't hear the word Bill often, or for a name, or even anything. I hardly hear it. But whenever I do, it's usually for him. So, yeah.
A day went by, and he seemed cool. But then William randomly asked me why I was talking with Bill. I didn't know what to say, so I never responded. He kept texting with angry messages, so I blocked him. I didn't receive any texts, only a single message on that site, and it said soon. One day after school, my friend Latrice came over to have a sleepover. We got comfortable, went to my room.
Why that face? Why? I don't know how to zoom in, but why that face? Stop showing me that. I don't like it.
And did our usual of surfing through the web, being nosy. I brought up that guy. Then I received a text message that said, "Why'd you block me?" from a random number. I replied
It took you a week to get that? How?
with a question mark. Then it replied, "It's me, William."
Ooh.
He texted me from another number after I blocked him.
Yeah, it took a week
I
from.
told Latrice how creepy this guy is. Then Latrice stopped me from talking because she thought she heard something. Then I heard a voice. "I'm not that creepy."
Oh.
We both responded by screaming and looking around. I saw someone coming from under my bed, so we ran screaming out of my
hell
room, and my mother called the cops.
Yeah.
They didn't get him because he left through my window, and nothing could be traced back to him. I'm starting to think that he was both of the people I was talking to. That definitely opened my eyes to the dangers of the internet. I would never visit the dark web again.
Oh my gosh.
A few years ago, me and my family went on our yearly holiday to Madeira, which is the birthplace of my parents. It was pretty normal for us to go annually.
What is this animation style? I mean, I'm not hating, just... It's a lot different.
As our grandparents were living there, we would sleep in one of our grandparents' home, and during the day, we would go to festivals. If you do not know much about Madeira, then this story will probably give you a better idea.
After this animation, I'm gonna go actually look if Madeira is a real place.
It's not that
what was that? Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up.
A few years ago,
hold up. Wait a
me
minute.
and my
Sorry,
family
I'm just
went
gonna
on
let
our
it play.
yearly holiday to Madeira.
Wait a minute.
At holiday.
Dang it. Son of a gun, I hate this. Oh.
It's not that a physical thing occurred that a better idea.
What is that? What is that? Oh, hell no.
It's not that a physical thing occurred that holiday. It was just this nightmare that became very real for me as a child. As I said before, I was staying at my grandparents' house while in Madeira. I had a room to myself on the upper floor. It was pretty creepy, since my grandmother loved Victorian-style dolls.
I hate dolls like that.
Once I was
If I'm ever in a room with one, I'm burning it the second I see it.
able to fall asleep, I had a creepy dream that I can't forget. I woke up, and from my bed, I could hear movement on the floor. I looked down to see that the floor was covered in black insects,
Ew.
just crawling around. I could not see the almond brown wood floorboards and began to yell for help. Someone opened my door, and I saw my little brother come in. But behind him was a woman in a hideous purple dress.
Oh, I do not
never
like
saw
that
this
mouth.
woman before. But before my brother
That's the same woman in the
came
crowd.
closer to me, I saw the woman force her hand into his back and tear out his heart.
Oh.
I remember screaming in the dream, and all the woman said was, "Your parents aren't here." And I woke up. I was so scared that I went into the next room where my brother should have been asleep. But because it was dark, I couldn't see him. Well, I was a dumb kid. My anxiety level rose even higher. I ran out, went downstairs, and none of my parents were around. I started to panic more because of what that lady in my dream said, and I started to cry even more. Then I heard my older brother call my name from up the stairs. The stairs I just ran down. I told him I had a bad dream, and he stayed in my room after showing me that my little brother was snoring away in his bed.
What is it with the heart in the mouth? I saw that on the plane where the people were kind of sleeping-ish in the back. What does that mean?
The next morning, my brother told my parents how I behaved. So my mother asked me what happened.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
I told her about the dream with the lady in the hideous purple dress. My mother's face became serious.
You know something?
And she looked worried. I didn't know why, since that was unusual for her. About 2 years later, I was going through my parents' wedding album in our home in Madeira, while I was sorting out the top floor of the house with my younger brother. I noticed that one of the pictures was ripped in half. I thought it was unusual, so I began looking through to see where the other half was. It wasn't in the album.
Why are there mouse in there?
I brushed it off. About an hour later, I was going through one of the drawers in the living room cabinet.
Oh,
I saw
that's
this
the same woman.
picture of a woman in a purple dress. She looked almost identical to the woman in my dream. It was the same dress. I began to get goosebumps, so I put the album on top of a table and opened it to the page with the teared-up picture.
It fits.
I began to shiver once the tear of both pictures fit perfectly well together.
Yep.
With worry, I began to ask my mother who was in the image. All I know to this day is that she is perceived as a witch and fled with my maternal uncle from Madeira. Soon after, the whole community began to believe it.
What is that face? Why would you stick your tongue out like that in what's supposed to be a riot? I don't even know.
This is possibly all just a coincidence, but it does send a shiver down my spine. I've never met this woman, but she appeared in my dreams. I have no idea on whether or not I will forget the specific details of that dream, especially since I found out more about this woman.
Isn't she your aunt?
Who is my aunt-in-law.
Yeah. Pizza! Well, I can name a few pizzas that better be, and it better be one of them. It better be. True horror
This
incident
happened
in
about
backyard.
5 years ago. I was 11 years old, and it was pretty early in the morning. I was in the backyard playing basketball with my younger brother before I headed to school. We had a basketball hoop in our backyard.
My old house also did have one. I used to play one-on-one with my dad. Kicked my butt every single time.
Backyard was located next to an alley, and our gate was pretty short. so anyone who walked through that alley could see right into our backyard. After playing for a bit, we noticed that two strange men in the alley were checking out our neighbor's backyard. I didn't feel safe around them, so I led my brother back into the house. We were going to ignore them, but after eyeing them a little longer, my suspicion about them turned out to be right. Watching them from the window, I saw one of them hop right over our tiny gate and was now in our backyard.
Uh-oh.
Then we rushed to go tell our mom. My mom went straight outside to see two strangers standing in our backyard. She yelled at them angrily and told them to go away. She called 911, but they ignored her and didn't leave. One of the men just stared at us. All of a sudden, he went into the shed we had in the backyard and pulled out a lawnmower that was inside.
Why?
At first, we were all confused and we thought they might be trying to steal it. Then my sister started to record the incident, thinking it might scare them, make them run away. But it didn't work. My mom called 911, and the men weren't saying anything to us. But one of them seemed to have changed his mind and was trying to convince the other man that they should just leave. Then,
so what I'm saying, this guy is crazy. The other one's crazy, but he ain't not crazy, if you know what I mean.
The man who pulled the lawnmower out of the shed turned the lawnmower on. We were totally confused at that moment. A random stranger just comes into our backyard and completely ignores everything we say to him. Why would he go into our shed, pull out a lawnmower, and turn it on? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. However, his next move made even less sense and was even more insane. He flipped the lawnmower upside down and just stood there looking at it.
He's gonna go suicide.
Later, our confusion soon turned to horror after watching what happened next. He dived headfirst into the spinning blade of the lawnmower, which cut his neck wide open and ended his life. All this happened in the blink of an eye. My mom screamed at the top of her lungs, which frightened the 911 operator. I couldn't believe what I just saw. I was only 11 years old at the time, but it must have been even harder for my younger siblings to watch that happen. A few minutes later, the ambulance and the cops arrived at the backyard. The police came by to ask a few questions, but the video my sister took had the whole incident on video. So the cops knew the story was legit. I couldn't help but feel bad for the other man that was with him. When the incident happened, he screamed too, started crying and begged us to call for help. But it was already too late.
That was his friend.
I didn't go to school that day because I was in shock. After that, I couldn't sleep at all. I had nightmares for a while. I wished we'd never saw that and wondered what happened to that man to make him want to end his life. I also couldn't stop thinking about our lawnmower. It was old and worn out. You needed to pull the cord multiple times, and with some luck, it might turn on. But he pulled that thing once and it started right up. Everything was odd that day.
Ooh. Alright, well, that's gonna end it here. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please smash that like button and comment down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and hopefully, with some luck, I will be having a new channel in the near future. Why am I stuttering so much? I think the sickness is going to my head. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next time.